450s, which also went down to the late stages. Chase Sexton had unbelievable speed in his heat race. We've heard that before. Eli Tomac on the ropes in the heat race. We've heard that before. The question was, could Chase finish it off? He certainly looked good early, James.
Yeah, Chase actually didn't get a good start, and he did a really good move by sliding around the inside. And then you had to think, this was the difference between last week. He was behind Eli. He's out front. So it's all on him. He's been the fastest all day long, so you would think he would be able to pull away. But there's a number 2 behind him, and we'll figure that one out too soon.
This we've seen a million times, too. Jason Anderson, Justin Barcia together again.
I mean, how many times in the history of Supercross have we seen this? And when you think it's done, just wait 3 weeks. But tough break for Anderson. James, you talked all day how good he looked. He looked like he understood the soil. He was ready to fight for this thing, but didn't get it. I love the main event. Cooper Webb, he would lose time, gain time, lose time. But once he locked in there late, it seemed inevitable, kind of. But then Chase gave it to him.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it coming, and you know, the whoops were a struggle for everyone. Cooper made mistakes and stuff, but the biggest thing was Cooper was watching Chase make mistakes, and as a rider being there in that position, you're just waiting. So once Cooper made that mistake, he knew it was never over, and especially with Chase having history, you just got a chance, and man, he went down again.
There it was. So many times Sexton has been the fastest rider. So many times Sexton's led late only to crash. And Cooper Webb, for the first time since his 2021 championship season, is back on top. He was 5th last week. It looked like he was losing the pace that Tomac and Sexton had set up front. He is back in a huge way. And when you give this guy that kind of momentum, we've seen it in previous seasons, he is very hard to hold down.
Yeah, very hard. And the way Cooper rode in that heat race, imagine if he would have done that in the main event. Like, we talking about a whole different, like, his championship might have been done if he would have done what Eli did. Just kind of ride around. But now, the Webb wagon. The Webb wagon's back. And
he's firing up.
You're looking at Chase Sexton.
And look at the difference, yeah.
You know? And again, he said the right things, but of course, that face right there, like, it says it all. Like, that hurts.
It did. We've seen Sexton in that position many, many times. He did come up to the podium with you, Daniel, and say all the positive things. He's still close in the championship. He rode well most of the night. But you know he wanted to finish that one off, and it's even worse when it's Webb getting up there, because give him an opening, he will take the maximum advantage. Adam Cianciarulo had a good race going. He did crash in the whoops and eventually finished up in 12th. And credit to Ken Roxon for finishing 4th, and Tomac, a lackluster by his standards, 5th.